Okay, let's dive straight into something pretty massive happening in gaming right now, the
Yeah.
evolution of Fortnite, but like way beyond just the next season.
Oh,
We're looking into the future, specifically how artificial intelligence, AI, might just completely reshape the game.
right. That's a big one.
Yeah, we've been digging into this really interesting discussion from a gaming show that was exploring exactly this.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission for this deep dive, basically pull out the key ideas from that chat and figure out what an AI-powered Fortnite could actually mean.
And honestly, it feels like that future is already kind of starting, even with Fortnite today.
Right, because hearing Fortnite now, it's already way bigger than just the battle royale we all jumped into years ago.
Absolutely. It's fascinating. It's fundamentally shifted into, well, a genuine platform.
How so?
Well, think about it. We've got Creative 2.0 now, these huge collaborations, right? Marvel, Star Wars.
Oh yeah, the concerts too. Travis Scott, Ariana Grande, those were huge.
Yeah, exactly. And the big one, they opened up the Unreal Engine for Fortnite UAFN for creators.
And that UAFN thing, that really feels like where the shift accelerated. People aren't just making simple deathmatch maps anymore.
No way.
Hmm.
They're using Creative to build totally new kinds of games inside Fortnite.
Like what sort of things?
We're talking proper zombie survival games, complex racing tracks, even like story-driven adventures with actual plots.
Wow. Okay.
Exactly. It really highlights this change. It's not just a place you log into to fight.
Hmm.
It's become this massive digital space, a hangout space, like the discussion called it, a place you just log on and vibe.
Right. So that platform idea, the social space,
Yeah.
that perfectly sets the stage for AI to get woven in deeper, doesn't it?
Totally. It makes sense as the next layer.
Which brings us to the really intriguing part. How does AI actually, get woven into the gameplay itself,
Yeah.
beyond the simple guards or bosses we see now?
Well, the potential they talked about is for genuinely intelligent AI,
Mm.
NPCs, non-player characters, that are smarter.
Smarter how? Like not just following a set path.
Exactly. Imagine NPCs that don't just have limited dialogue or patrol routes, but ones that could actually learn your play style.
Wait, learn my style?
Yeah, as you interact with them over time, and then adapt their behavior based on how you play.
So if I always play sneaky, they might start watching corners more. Or if I'm aggressive, they get more defensive, that kind of thing.
Precisely. And the chat even touched on maybe having like surprisingly realistic conversations with them.
Mm.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Picture NPCs that actually remember you.
Remember me.
Yeah, remember past interactions, choices you made, not just in this one game session, but maybe days, even weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
And that memory changes how they react to you later, what quests they offer, maybe their whole attitude towards you.
That changes everything for quests or just exploring. The world feels alive, like it has a memory of you.
Okay, that's NPCs. What about AI as like other players? We have bots now, but let's be real.
Yeah, they're pretty basic.
They're done.
There.
Right. And that's the contrast the discussion drew. Today's bots are simple. The future could have AI players that mimic complex human behavior.
Like how complex?
Think bots that could play like really skilled humans. Complex building on the fly, doing clever edits, faking out opponents, making smart map rotations based on the storm circle and player count. Really strategic stuff.
Okay, that would totally change the game for casual players, or even just for practice.
It really would. And the relevance for you, listening, is huge. Imagine loading into a practice mode against AI that genuinely plays like a top-tier pro.
Without the matchmaking queue from hell.
Exactly. It could democratize high-level practice, make it accessible.
Okay, that'd be intense, but super useful. And it's not just AI in the game world, right? The source mentioned Epic using AI behind the scenes, too.
Yeah, for game balancing, like a super-powered QA team.
How would that work?
Imagine Epic using an AI to test like literally millions of weapon loadouts and item combinations before an update, to specifically find out if a new gun is secretly overpowered, or if some item combo breaks the game before it ever goes live.
That's like next level preventative maintenance for the meta.
Okay, so AI working on the game, AI working in the game. Let's shift a bit. What about AI and Fortnite Creative? How does it fit there?
This is where AI could be, well, a game changer for creators. The idea floated was AI as a kind of co-design partner right inside the creative toolset.
A co-design partner. What does that actually mean? What could it do?
So specific examples were things like AI helping generate dialogue options for those story maps people are making, or maybe helping create complex mission logic, the if this, then that stuff, without needing to be a coding whiz.
Okay, that lowers the barrier to entry quite a bit.
Totally. And what's fascinating here is the idea that you can maybe just tell the AI, hey, I want to capture the flag map, jungle theme, make sure it has these kinds of rules, and it could help you quickly block it out or even generate big chunks of it.
So it jumpstarts the process, you'd still refine it. Exactly. You'd then refine, personalize, add your unique touch. It speeds things up dramatically.
That sounds amazing for getting ideas off the ground faster, but it does bring up that question, right? The one that always comes up with AI and creativity.
The does it kill human creativity question.
Yeah. If the AI builds maps, writes dialogue, scripts things, maybe even helps balance the gameplay,
Yeah.
what's left for a human? Is our role just smaller? Are we just watchers?
It's a totally valid concern, and the discussion definitely went there.
Okay.
But the perspective they offered was more nuanced. It wasn't AI as a replacement, it was AI as an amplification tool.
Amplification, how so?
The analogy they used was kind of like giving an incredibly advanced paintbrush to someone who already has a vision.
Okay.
Your imagination, your unique idea,
Yeah.
your story that's still crucial. AI just makes the doing part faster or easier, or lets you tackle way more ambitious projects than you could alone.
Because it handles the grunt work, maybe, or the complex technical bits, letting you focus on the creative vision.
Exactly. This raises an important question, though, about finding that balance, where AI assists creativity without just taking over.
That makes sense. A tool, not a replacement. Okay, let's zoom out then. Big picture. What could Fortnite be in, say, 5 or 10 years, with all this AI stuff and the platform growth?
The long-term vision they painted was Fortnite evolving into a true, functional metaverse.
Okay, metaverse. That word carries baggage.
It does. And the source was careful here, not the, let's say, cringe NFT land version some people imagine.
Right, thankfully. So what kind of metaverse?
A genuinely useful virtual space. The discussion brought up potential activities like way beyond just playing the game. People potentially
Working in Fortnite.
Yeah, or creating, socializing, all inside the Fortnite ecosystem in ways we haven't really seen yet.
Give me some examples.
Things like virtual concerts, sure, but also maybe virtual classrooms, business meetings, collaborative design sessions, attending virtual events, all happening within Fortnite.
Wow, okay. That's ambitious.
And the key to making that complex space work, making it personalized and relevant for you, the user. That's AI, powering the world, tailoring experiences.
And then if you layer on potential VR or AR integration?
That's when Fortnite could become truly immersive.
So less looking at a screen, more being in the world.
Exactly. The discussion definitely mentioned those Ready Player One vibes.
Right.
But hopefully, as they added, less dystopian.
Let's hope.
Yeah. But the end result is Fortnite might stop being just a game. It could become like the next big online universe, a place people inhabit for all sorts of things.
Blending gaming, social, work, creativity. Wow, it's a huge leap from where it started.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap this deep dive up, it's worth taking a moment, for you listening, to think about your own hopes for Fortnite based on all this potential.
And the discussion we looked at definitely had some specific hopes people were excited about.
Like what?
Well, on the content side, a really strong hope for those AI-powered story modes, where your choices genuinely craft a unique narrative for you.
Like truly branching paths based on remembered actions.
Exactly. The vision was almost like Skyrim meets Fortnite, deep, maybe even emotional, totally personalized stories emerging from your gameplay.
That sounds incredible. Every playthrough could be different.
Totally. And on the creative side, the big hope was for this explosion of powerful but easy to use AI tools in creative.
Making complex creation more accessible.
Yeah, empowering way more people, even if you don't have coding or design degrees, to build really ambitious things and share them, lowering that barrier significantly.
It really does feel like with all this potential, Fortnite's just getting started in a weird way. The future sounds pretty wild.
Incredibly exciting, yeah. And complex for sure. Lots of challenges and opportunities ahead.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Fortnite, AI, and what might be coming next. It's definitely a lot to think about. And here's something to maybe mull over as you go about your day. How might interacting with a truly intelligent NPC, one that actually remembers you, adapts to you over weeks or months, how might that change the way you feel about a game world? The emotional connection you have?
That's a deep one.
Something to keep in mind as this tech keeps evolving. Keep exploring those possibilities.